All right, guys, here is a look at the FEXT Hobby SCI-FI system, the FEXT system. This is their SCI-FI 04. And as you can see, it's very inside of the ARC, Teletran 1-ish. And it's basically a system of these individual panels. You can see there's base squares like this, in gray plastic, some different wall panels, and up here on top there's some transparent panels that also work as display stand bases, which we'll see in just a minute. But so you can leave it transparent at the top to let some light in, and it's all connected around the back. Let's see if I can get tilt this up a little bit, but like around the side of the back you can see these little connector pieces here. It's a little unwieldy to move around, and then connector pieces holding all the panels together. So you can build, it's modular, you can build it any way you want. Now you may want to have the two, this is two separate panels. You can see there's square panels on the base and then these taller rectangular panels here in the interior. So you kind of do want to put the two computer panels together. But aside from that, it's really kind of mix and match, do it however you want. And it looks really great. It takes a little bit of setting up. They do have instructions on how to make sure the connecting, because some of these, so the edges match up right. These little spacer pieces here and the wall pieces, there's special wall pieces that are slightly shorter that go on the ends, so that actually makes a nice corner versus leaving a gap or anything. As well as some connectors on the back. But if you follow the instructions, it shows several different modular setups in the instructions, as well as you can just build it on your own. Like I added a couple little forward pieces up here. Now maybe for smaller figures, had it in place, didn't lock it all the way. Maybe this becomes a new review space for me. I do dig it. It's thematically with a lot of Transformers. Now it would have to be something that fits in here. I could get some more sets of this and make it larger, but it also still has to fit under my light tent here, or my little LED strips. So we'll see how that goes. But I think for smaller figures, this may be a fun little place to liven up the white background and do something neat with smaller figures. Like maybe up to leader class, like Deluxes, Voyagers, things like that. Speaking of Voyagers, here is Voyager Springer and Voyager Optimus from Siege in the set. And you can see that like they look really good in the set itself. You can make a small display, and again, you're limited by how many sets you get and how big you can make it. This is with the base set. You get let's see, it's 4, like 16 panels, or 14 panels, like wall panels, and 10 base panels. But obviously, you can expand it with multiple sets. So yeah, cool there. There's their on display. But also part of the system, here's an example of some of the connectors. Like here's some corner connectors like this that peg into pegs on the back, connecting other things. Because you can put some of these in between these panels and have like use some of these panels to make like a second level up here. There's different ways you can mix it. Most of you know what a modular diorama set is. So it's really up to you. Also, as part of the FEXT system, is these new display stands. They remind me of the old figure arts stands that came with Kamen Rider, although this is, again, some of the same transparent base pieces we saw on the top with a little piece that you can attach this arm into any of the peg holes that are already on the base, or you can use this little raised bit here into the corner to support figures. And the thing is, like, it's got all the joints ratchet, so it's nice and solid. The peg on the end of it is just the right size to work on the pegs they've been including on the Siege figures lately. So if you have one of those little angular pegs, actually Prime's is a little smaller than usual. It worked on Springer. Springer has the right size peg here on the back of his waist that you can plug this into. And you see, because even though he's leaning forward a little bit there, because of those ratchets, you can actually get him. It'll hold them up decently. There we go. Make sure it's sniped all the way in. But you can see he holds Springer on all his weight, leveling forward. You can ratchet it forward. You can ratchet it back. If you want a little bit more room, you can attach. It comes with an extra extension piece that you can then attach yet another hinge to really get up there. Now, this may be a little bit too much to support his weight. Well, let's find out. His weight all the way up there. Just the more joints you put in, the more points there are for it to bend on. So, okay, yeah, see, like there, it gets to a point where it just really can't support the weight on all the joints, depending on how you set it up. But I mean, there's holding his weight up like that. If you want to get him a little higher, or if it's a figure that doesn't have a convenient peg hole, you can attach. It's got the little gripper claw, and it's just tightenable by a screw. So if it gets loose, actually, no, it's a pin. Never mind. I thought that was a screw, but it's actually the end of a pin. But you can attach it here. It seems like it has a pretty decent grip, and you could attach a smaller figure. Let's see if we can get Skytread or flywheels on this thing. He might be small enough that these claws can grip him. Take the weapon out of your hand. Can we grab him under here? Maybe we can grab him by his tail. Oh yeah, there we go. So we want to have him flying. he's wobbling a little bit, but pretty secure little stands. It's also part of the FEXT system character stands. I don't know that I would use this extension for a smaller figure like flywheels, but hey, you know. But the diorama is really neat, and like I said, maybe I'll start shooting some smaller transformers that can fit within this space. I swear to God, I'm locking this thing, and it's just I'm not tightening it enough. But yeah, there is, with the stand and the modular base, the FEXT Hobby diorama system.